Everyone has that person in their life that they want to help get into hunting or whatever it may be more than anything in the world. You become more fixated on that than actually filling your own tag or accomplishing your own goals. For my buddy Barrett, that person is his wife Kristen. Not growing up in a hunting family, Kristen became hooked on hunting and learning to hunt after witnessing Barrett's passion for it. I've watched them hunt elk and deer, mountain lion, and even moose together, trying to get Kristen her first kill, but nothing ever seemed to come together.
So, Barrett, Jason, and I just got done hiking for about 45 minutes, and just over this rock ledge here, there's about 100 elk. So, they're crossing over this fence over here. So we're gonna kind of wait and sneak around and try and meet up with them. Get an elk. Exciting.
This season, however, Kristen and Barrett's brother Ben both were successful in drawing Montana antelope tags. So we knew that the odds were good that this year she would have her chance to finally notch her tag. Not only that, but Kristen and Barrett had their first child, Taylor, this year, so they were excited about having her along on the hunt as well. Earlier in the year, we had already taken 2 nice antelope bucks out of this area. Barrett was able to arrow his very first antelope with a bow, and I took my buck the very first day of antelope season. So being that we had already spent a lot of time down here this season pursuing pronghorn, we had a really good idea of where some other nice bucks were hanging. The last day that Ben and I were here in archery season, we located a buck on the skyline that just looked like a giant. We instantly nicknamed him King George, after a buck my buddy George had taken years previous in the same location. After that moment, Ben became fixated on King George. That was the buck that he wanted to take. And he wasn't going to do it with any other weapon than one that his dad had passed on to him and made from scratch.
Alright guys, well, it's opening day of antelope season. We're back in eastern Montana. Barrett and I have a buck spotted first thing this morning. We kind of have a history with this buck. We've been chasing him all archery season. We've been down here 2-3 times already this year. This buck has just been not cooperating. We really haven't pushed him that hard because we don't want to pressure him and kick him out of the area that he's been hanging out in. He's got a nice group of does he's hanging with, so as you can see, there's these drainages are kind of working to our advantage. We got the timber and these nice little coulees that we can kind of make a play on him here. So right now we're just kind of working our way through this timber and through the open flats, trying to stay out of sight as much as possible, working the wind, and we're gonna see if we can make a play on this buck. It seems like every 5 minutes, it seems like the wind just keeps changing direction on us and keeps changing our plan. So I don't know what to do. We're kind of at a standstill right now. The wind's just not in our favor. It's kind of blowing right up this draw, which the antelope are basically just bedded on the other side. So we're kind of weighing out our options right now. It's trying to come up with a better plan on what we need to do here. Like I said, we're just kind of making our way nice and easy, nice and slow, not pressuring it too hard. It's still really early in the day, so we've got a lot of time here. So we're probably just kick back here for a few minutes and see what this wind does. See if we can get it to die down or change direction again.
Knowing where to start looking, the opening day of antelope season found the crew in the same basin where Ben and I had left King George in archery season. It didn't take long maneuvering through the country before Ben and Barrett were able to spot the buck with a herd of does. Hunt smarter with the new era of GPS.
I can't see him. I can't. Whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Go down. Just got him. I just put down the big guy. No way. That is awesome. Oh my gosh. He is done. What an unbelievable day. Barrett and I just put a serious stock on these antelope. So not to mention, we're sitting on the ridge, we're crawling along, trying to get a good view over the top of the ridge. And I look back at Barrett, which is my camera guy today, and he's sneaking off behind me through the brush. So I turn around wondering what he's doing, so I crawl back to the camera, get the camera on him, and he's scurrying through the sagebrush like a little kid, with a smile on his face from ear to ear, whispering to me that he sees an elk shed in the sagebrush. So I get the camera on him just as he's sneaking over, and he picks up this monster 6x6 shed that we've been looking for all year. The bull that we filmed last year during the end of November. And I mean, unbelievable. This has just been the most unbelievable day. If it wasn't for this exact situation with these antelope and the exact route that we took in, we never would have seen that shed. Barrett never would have found it, and it is by far the biggest, most beautiful 6-point shed I've ever seen. It has just been an unbelievable day. This is what it's all about. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better. I mean, this is probably one of my most memorable hunts already. Here's my 2015 antelope. I mean, I couldn't be more excited. This is by far means more to me than any other hunt that I've ever been on. Believe it or not, this is actually my first antelope I've ever shot with a rifle. And I mean, I had my mind made up early on in bow season. Usually, you know, we get her done during bow season, and we saw this guy, Jason and I found him early on during archery, and I had my mind made up that this was the guy that I wanted to go after, so I held out. And, you know, being able to use the very first rifle that my father gave me as a 12-year-old hunter means more to me than any other experience that I've had out in the field. And, you know, being here with Barrett, and, you know, for him to find the biggest shed, probably the biggest 6-point shed I've ever seen in my life, I mean, just means more to me. And just how the whole day and everything turned out is just unbelievable. I couldn't be more excited and happy. And I mean, this means more to me than anything. Being able to get out here and hunt a beautiful animal like this. I mean, just an absolute gorgeous buck, and I mean, I just can't even believe it. I just don't even have words to describe how excited and happy I am to be here right now. So.
Hunt smarter with the new era of GPS. Since Kristen had spent some time down here archery hunting with us as well, she had one buck that she had found that she liked the looks of. And so, after Ben got his buck down, the crew headed over to another flat, near where Barrett had taken his antelope in archery season. And once again, it didn't take long before they started picking out antelope in the prairie.
Honey, right now, well, don't move. Right there's your shot. He's gonna stop. Right there. Perfect. Put another one in. Put another one in. Put another one in. Get on him, honey. Up top. That top one's bigger. The top left one's bigger. But, honey, he went down. He went down.
Well, it's October 10th and it's rifle opener for antelope. We were out driving around today. This is my first shot at a big game animal here in Montana, and it was a success. I came out here earlier for archery season and didn't have any opportunities. I'm also a new mother to my baby Taylor, Marie. She's 12 weeks old now and was actually in the truck when I went on this stalk, so pretty neat deal. I got to share this moment with my husband Barrett and my brother-in-law Ben and my little daughter Taylor, so pretty neat deal. It's gorgeous out. I couldn't really ask for more, so I'm really looking forward to eating this meat. I cook with it all the time, so this means a lot to our family.
What can I say about this hunt other than it really couldn't have went any better? They say that families that hunt together stay together, and I know that's true for these guys. The bonds built in the field in the past will continue to get stronger with the new addition of Taylor and the adventures they'll go on in the future. I'm so stoked for Kristen that she was finally able to get her first antelope and notch her first tag. And for my buddy Ben, to use the old rifle his dad made and gave him, and to stick to one antelope buck that we found months previous and not give up until he found that buck in this wide open prairie that stretches for hundreds of miles, and he was able to get it done. Well, I think that's pretty awesome.